Hello. Another Sunday.
Another Sunday. It's been busy week here.
Yeah.
So we've had
Getting all the
from
bits.
dentist appointment, eldest son moved out on Thursday. So it has been, massive week.
Yeah, getting the room sorted as well. And
Yeah, well, eldest son moved out on Thursday.
Yeah.
So youngest moved all his stuff in on Friday, which we were doing. And then yesterday I started work in the new model room. So started gutting it, and then today we've been wallpaper stripping, and yeah,
wallpaper stripping ain't. I wouldn't say it's a nice job.
I'm terrible though, because if I'm going to do a job, I'm going to do it right. I'm not just going to bodge it. If I'm going to decorate, I'm going to take the old wallpaper off the wall. Some people don't think that, and we've got 3 layers of wallpaper we're having to take off the wall.
Yeah. Like I was saying just before we come on, it's I had that at the last house we were in as well. And then what the worst thing is when we were here and we took the wallpaper off, the wall underneath was blown, so it needed skimming again. It's nice when it comes when you get it skimmed because it gives you a nice canvas to work on. But yeah, it's getting that dry and it just takes time. But yeah.
I think the original wallpaper we found, we think goes back to maybe the 1970s.
Yeah. It's paper, that's proper paper thin, that stuff, and yeah.
So
normally a flowery design of some sort.
Yeah. So we've been looking at So I've got that to do. I've got holes to fill and everything, and get the walls. All the dirty bits to do.
And then once all that's done though, you can then start designing and moving stuff in and painting and.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's the fun bit. You just got to get to the really awful bits first.
Yeah, you always have to go through the bad stuff like that first to get to the good bits.
But I am recording it, so I will, when it's all done and everything, I'll put.
Like you did with the last one.
Yeah. It'll probably, here is day. I haven't got a clue what day it is personally, but.
Yeah.
So it's manic, but it's been very quiet as well without his eldest, because he did so much online gaming, and he was terrible at shouting at the screen.
We've all done that. If you're a gamer, it's sort of part and part.
Well, yeah, it is, but some of the things he was coming out with.
Oh no!
Say 1 o'clock in the morning, so Julie was banging on the walls. Some of us are trying to sleep here.
Yeah,
it's been very, very quiet, and there's also adjusting to cooking for 3 people instead of cooking for 4, and we're really super proud of him because he's got a really nice shared house that he's moving into with his mates. I mean, his bedroom is bigger than our living room. It is massive.
It's going to be good. That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I did that for a while when I was 17, 18, and it's just wild. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you out horror stories, but yeah, it was a great time.
Well, you know what? I've probably done worse when I was his age.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, everyone goes, you know what they get up to nowadays, and I'm like, well, we did the same or worse. So when we were younger.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I probably did far worse, so I don't have to worry about what he may be doing. But yeah. So it's been a bit madness here, but we're getting there, and So we'll do Partworks for the week. Not many releases, but
no. The only bit is the Power Rangers Megazord went live on the German Facebook group or website. I would imagine that it goes live for the UK and USA pretty soon, within the next couple of days, weeks, maybe. So just keep looking at it, everyone. So if you're into Power Rangers and stuff like that, just keep refreshing the page every day and see if it's there. Because I would imagine it's going to be on the UK and US site in I can't say the word.
Imminently.
Imminently. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. I would imagine so, because it's already on the German site, and they basically have the same stuff as us, so they don't have any different. Fanhome don't release any different through any of the sites. So if it's on there, I would imagine it's going to be appearing on USA and UK. If you're into the Power Rangers Megazord, because it's a bit different, because we've talked about it before. So it's a module based build. You're not building the Megazord. You're building the individual parts that make it up, and then you can transform it into that. And you can also transform it into the battle tank as well. So in theory, you've got 3 versions of the model that you can do. I don't know any model apart from DeLorean where you can change it into individual ones, or even like Iron Man.
Yeah, the Iron Man did have different poses, didn't it? You could put him in, and then he also had the extension for the battle damage armor. This one, no, it's more sort of constructed, if you know what I mean. So you can have it as the dinosaurs. You can have it as the Megazord, or you can have it as the battle tank. So there's like 3 versions you can use, and you can take it apart whenever you like and stuff like. It's more. I think you mentioned it before. It's more toy-like, but it's a partwork that lights up and stuff like that. But we've never had a sort of partwork like that before, where it actually connects on and off. And I only really know one YouTuber that's built it so far, and that is Chris Collection over in France.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't know how many issues it is. I think it's 120 issues. But it looks amazing. If you're into Power Rangers, especially when it started coming out, 94, 95, that sort of era, just when I was sort of watching it, 13, 14, that sort of age. It was so popular. I mean, it's as popular as like Pokemon and something like that. I mean, it was ridiculously popular.
If I remember correctly, they were only going to do 1 series of it, and it was that popular that they had to then do another series. And
I mean, it's now spawned not only different series, it spawned a movie as well. Loads of spin-offs. They've done you name it. They've done some spin-off about it. Bikes, cars, planes, everything. They've done spin-offs galore. And it's still on now. They're still filming new episodes now. So it's one of those shows that started in the early 90s, and they're still doing it now.
Okay.
So many years later. But yeah, if you're into that, keep an eye on the website. I'm imagining it will appear on there. There is a Facebook group as well. So yeah, it'll all get posted out.
Okay. And we can definitely say Snoopy is on the UK D'Agostini website as well.
Yeah, we mentioned it last week, but yeah, it's definitely on there. It's going to be we're building it on our channel, so it's going to be an interesting build, because I've got the site that we mentioned before, and it's got every PDF on all the issues on that site. So I've gone through them all, and it looks really interesting, because there's loads of bits where a bit like a doll's house, where you actually have to sew stuff. I think it's issue 3, you get cushions, and you have to actually pack them yourself and sew them yourself.
Oh gosh, that's me out then.
which I've never done something like that before, where it says you can actually physically sew them. Wow. And you actually have to stuff the cushions yourself and stuff like that. So it's crafty as well as that. But it looks good. It looks good.
Okay.
Just got to find somewhere to put it.
So there was an announcement on Friday, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Stock in the USA.
Yeah, due to stock in the USA, they're waiting for stock to come. What they're going to do is, anyone who's behind, they've ordered the stock, it's coming. It's just taking a long time, but they've said that once it reaches the warehouse and they've unpacked it all and they've checked it all, they have said that then they're going to accelerate
Yeah, I'm just.
I think it's 15 days instead of 30. So every 15 days, they will generate a package for you until you're up to speed. Especially if you're waiting for a package and haven't received anything else. Because I know I'm here in the UK, but I mean, I've got issue 15 and 16 of the enterprise build, but I haven't got issue 15. And I think when I can get issue 15, they'll accelerate that. They'll do it straight away. And then any other ones that are missing up until a certain point, they will release every 15 days instead of 30. So you get caught up.
I'm just seeing if I can find the statement that they put out.
I think it's on their customer service Facebook group. It's near the top. I think it's like the second post.
I was just looking at the fan home group because I know you reposted it, Kev.
Yes. Yeah.
Fan home. There we go. Is that one? No, not that one. It's the other one. They have two Facebook pages. It confuses me.
Yeah, they have a normal one, and then they have a customer service one, which is the one where they post a lot of stuff on.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Customer service. Okay. Right. See. Yeah. Right. So this is their statement for the USA stock.
Yeah.
So USA stock update. Good morning. As promised, I have the most recent stock update for customers based in the USA only. Let's start with the good news. We have received a huge delivery of stock last week, which has already started to be unloaded and booked into our warehouse. We have allocated more staff to help with the unloading, checking, and booking stock into our systems. 24% of the outstanding orders have already been processed, along with our normal daily targets since the delivery arrived last week. We have a further 2 deliveries scheduled for August and September, which are inbound, currently at sea. As well, on top of that, new stock production is underway with more deliveries due November, December. Okay. Now it says, now for the not so good news. I really want to be able to email customers to inform them that we will be processing the outstanding order within the next few days based on stock item or parcel number. This is just not possible as the containers were not packed in any order, which means I have no awareness of what is being unpacked and in which order. We could have unpacked all items and waited till every single piece was accounted for, but the warehouse does not have the floor space and would mean further delays, as this would have taken a lot more time. It was agreed to unload the container front to back, bulk in stock, and start the shipping ASAP. I am aware, along with the teams, you have all been waiting very patiently for your items to be delivered, so this is the reason we took this route. Okay. Now, for some more good news, if you have been affected by several OOS items across different parcels, we have decided to process orders every 15 days instead of 30 days. An example will be that if you had a missing item missing in parcel 5, this was skipped, so the next in sequence, parcel 6, was dispatched instead. Your next parcel, which will be number 7, and we have are about to process once dispatched 15 days later, we will then process parcel number 6, and 15 days later, parcel 8. Once parcel 8 has been dispatched, you will return to the 30-day pattern as per normal. We hope this will please many of you who have asked for us to speed up the shipment so that you can catch up on the items skipped, stock permitting. We can only speed up our outstanding skipped shipment once the stock is booked in. So please look out for the confirmation email when your parcel is sent so that you can track it via the link supplied. And remember, your online account is also available for real-time updates. I will be sending out a mass update to all customers in the USA this afternoon as well, but wanted to provide this group with more information and some background on what has been happening this week as I worked with all departments to bring this update. Thank you for your understanding and kindness while we resolve this issue. All the best. So that is their email.
Yeah. So it is what it is. You know, that stock is coming in, and you will get these parts. It's just a bit of a patient wait, but like you said, you know, you're still going to be sent issues after they skip them until the issue you need's in stock, and you'll get it fairly quickly. Yeah. But that's just the USA. We don't know if there's going to be a UK version of that, but I would imagine so. I don't really know. I don't know the ins and outs, but just because we know that there's people waiting for stock, Millennium Falcon, Enterprise builds, things like that. So it sort of tells me that there's a similar situation here in the UK. But yeah, it means, you know, when my out of stock order is there, it means I can get going quickly because it's only going to be 15 days from then. So,
but you've just got to remember that you might be charged once and then 15 days later charged again.
Yeah, you will be. Yeah. So you'll be probably charged twice in 1 month. But it means that you then are back to normal and you're up to where you need to be. It's just a waiting game. Like I said, I'm waiting for issue 15. I've got 16 and 17 here. I can't do anything until the other one arrives.
Yeah.
So it's literally a waiting game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it will sort itself out and we'll be on track again before the end of the year with everything. But yeah. And as we discussed last week, there's a lot of delays, even with Agora and Hachette at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's not just affecting fan home. So yeah.
It's just a case of waiting. I know nobody likes waiting, and it's what can you do? It's out of our hands, probably a little bit out of theirs because they're having to wait. You know, there's frustration on their end where they want stock there now, but they have to rely on other things. You know, the boats, unloading it, because it takes 2 or 3 days to unload a container ship. You can imagine if fan home one's right at the bottom in the middle. You know, if the ship comes into dock, it's going to take a couple of days to unload, and their container is right at the bottom in the middle of everything. Well, I think I prefer it to be right in the bottom, in the middle, because then you know that the containers are not falling off the side of the ship. Yeah. I didn't realise this. I've looked into this many times. So many containers fall into the sea every year. They reckon like thousands every year just topple over, fall straight into the sea. Yeah, because you just pack them on that much now.
Yeah,
you really don't care.
A little bit of like bad weather, and the containers on the sides go wee and just fall straight in.
They're not strapped on.
They're interlocked. So when they put them on the lorries, they interlock them in the same way that they interlock each one when they come onto the thing. So basically, if one falls, it normally takes a couple with it.
Yeah,
because they're attached like Lego bricks. They're not like can come off on their own.
So there we go. Right, I'll go through some chat and see what everybody is saying. So, Spice Bruce says D was up at the crack of dawn, so D was first anyway. Hi Kev on Mark's channel. So I did not got D's comments. So welcome Spice Brew and D.
Hiya.
Always misses it. I don't know why. D does say then, and as usual, the purge is at it again. So very good evening, Mark and Kev. So hi D.
Hi D. Yeah, it does purge it if you put it on too early. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah. Spice Brew says hi Mark on Kev's channel. So hi Spice Brew.
Hi Spice Brew.
D Harris says so on Kev's. A very good evening, Kevin, Mark, and chat. So,
thank you, D.
And then we've got David Phillips who says evening all. Evening, David.
Hi, David.
We've got Burgess in saying evening all. Evening, Burgess.
Hi, Burgess.
And then we've got Dave Mac Bills in says, good evening, Mark and Kev. Have a great stream tonight. So, evening, Dave Mac.
Good, Dave.
We've got Scott Duggan in who says, evening all. Hope you all had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, renovating the new model room, but it's been waiting.
Getting back into the swing of the Partworks, and building and stuff, and still loads here to got through. So
I've still got my videos for next week. So everything will still be released on the same days. Ian's World of Models is in saying evening all in chat. So hi Ian, welcome.
Ian.
And then we've got Ian Campbell who says good evening all. So hi Ian Campbell.
Hi Ian.
And then Ian says evening hosts. And then Burgess says, wait, it's Sunday again? ? Oh
yeah,
yes.
It comes round too quick, but it's come round again.
You know what? In a few weeks we'll be in September, run up to Christmas.
I know it's what's another 3 weeks?
Yeah. Oh dear.
We've
got Steve Edmonds in who says hello all. So hi Steve, welcome.
Steve.
And we've got Steve 131 who says evening all. So evening Steve, welcome.
Hi Steve.
And we've got Ian Campbell who says evening all again. I think he's channel hopping. And this is about the Megazord. Spider Spruce says also in the Netherlands it's been released.
Oh, okay, yeah. If it's on the fan home site, it normally appears all on there, on everyone normally.
Yeah.
So like I say, normally just keep an eye out for the UK and USA. It will appear on there, I would imagine.
Yeah. And the thing about it is it just appears. You don't get an email or anything. It just appears, and you're like,
and then what happens is you normally get an email about 4 or 5 days after it's appeared on the website. So there's you have to keep physically checking it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no email, no message about it or anything. No.
Be like the Snoopy house. There was no email or message about that. It just one day appeared.
Yeah.
So we've got Kevin and Mary in saying, hi, everyone. Hi, Kevin and Mary. Welcome.
Hi, Mary.
And Burgess says, finally ordered the IXO Eiffel Tower. Wow.
Oh, nice. So you obviously took advantage of the code.
Yeah.
Half price code, yeah.
Oh, I think I'd lose my patience with that one.
It's going to be... It's a good size. It's a fair size.
Yeah. It looks very, very fiddly and full of fiber optics and
the girders and rivets and everything else on that.
Yeah. So good luck on that one.
Yeah.
Spice Bruce says, received Mike Lane's super dashboard. I have packed 20 and 21 stages 75 to 82 to release on the channel. And then the disassembling begins. Yeah.
On the kit, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing with that, isn't it? It's the you got to disassemble it to put the kit in.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad though. I don't think it sounds a lot worse than it is, I think. So
yeah, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of disassembling things.
No, I try not to if I can help it.
I mean, would you really want to disassemble the DeLorean?
No, I wouldn't. To be fair, I think the dashboard is on par, but I wouldn't want to disassemble it. If you know what I mean, I'm up near you, Spider. I'm sort of. I think I'm on pack 24, 25. No, yeah, I'm on issue 98. And sort of taking, because you'd have to take the whole front, you'd have to take the whole floor off, unscrew the dash, take the legs. It's a bit of a So it looks absolutely perfect. It's a bit of a workaround.
Yeah. Spider says, got the confirmation of pack 16 of the gauntlet, but this time issue 76 missing. I will get hopefully issue 70 because in pack 15 they sent the magazine for 70, but the part for 71.
71. Yeah.
I think a few people have been having that problem.
Yeah, I think we had that problem with the Enterprise build where a lot of people got the German magazine and a lot of people in Germany got the English magazine.
Yeah.
Mistakes happen in the warehouse. It happens, and Fan Home are quite good. They always sort out their problems like that. I've never, if I need a replacement or a broken part, it's always been quite quick and thorough.
So Burgess says, I'm waiting for Ecto 1 issue 15 to come back in stock. Issue 15.
What was issue 15? You mean pack 15?
I think so, yeah.
Or issue 15, because issue 15 is right at the very start of the build.
Yeah.
I think issue 15 is part of the engine, if I remember rightly.
I think it might have been issue 15, the pack 15.
Oh, yeah, probably pack 15. Yeah, I mean, they're having problems in the US. They haven't done one for the UK, but considering, like, Burgess, us as well, we're waiting for stuff, I would imagine it's going to be a very similar sort of email or message that we get about it. So,
yeah. We've got Terry Martin in saying, a bit late tonight, but evening, everyone. Evening, Terry, welcome.
Hi, Terry, don't worry.
Don't worry about being late. They've got DS Models saying, hi, everyone. Sorry not being around much. Been looking after Chris. Only going to be building out Titanic starting in the autumn. And I'll be helping Chris with her Eddie Stobart and her doll's house. Yes, Dave, yeah. So, Dave has collected all the issues up to current of the Titanic and hasn't built them yet.
So it's a marathon build then.
Yeah, he likes it like that though. He likes
hopefully, Dave, you do a lot more. You do some like mods on it, like you did with the Route Master.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some person mod the interior of the Titanic build. I've seen them do like wallpaper and individual rooms.
Well, it was made possible because a website, Woody's Model Scale Works, did interiors for the Harshette one.
Right, okay.
But he also does like the interiors for the Trumpeter one. Unfortunately, the interiors for the Harshette one weren't that popular and now have been discontinued.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So I did see someone's doing it on the Facebook group, and it looks amazing. I'm just worrying if the guy who's done it is able to remove stuff so you can see inside it, because I don't know if it's viewable through just looking through the windows.
That's the problem with the Trumpeter one. You can make it so you can remove things so you can see the interiors. From what I can see of the Harshette one, that's not that possible. So,
right.
Yeah. So Spider Spruce says that sounds like an insurance scam with the containers. Laughing face.
Yeah, if you go on and say how many containers are lost in sea each year, thousands. There's videos on YouTube of the crew filming them as they just fall into the sea, and obviously they can't stop and pick them up. They just let them float away.
Yeah.
Yeah, cars, motorbikes, millions of pounds worth of stock. Yeah. Straight overseas.
Yeah.
Or overseas.
We've got Howard in saying the only issue with this sped up thing is if you're budgeting to only have only have them come out 28 days and they push for a 15 to catch up, you fall behind in payment. So you're then catching up trying to pay.
Yeah. But this is, I would imagine they've only done that due to responses, because if they said, that issue's in stock, but you've got to wait 30 days for the next one, it might upset quite a lot of people. And they'll be like, well, I'm just willing to get us up to speed quickly. So it's a sort of like it's not something that they would normally do. So I think that's just sort of like a courtesy thing. But like you said, it does mean budgeting a little bit for it. It's going to be. We mentioned it actually just a minute ago, didn't we? That money wise, you're going to be charged effectively. You're going to be paying 2 months worth in 1 month.
Yeah.
So I can see where people come from.
And it depends how much you've got to catch up on as well. So
it depends on where you are and how much and everything else. And I think it also depends on how many issues you've got out of stock as well. Because say if I'm waiting for issue 15 the enterprise build, I've got 16, 17. Now if 18 is out of stock and they give me 19, it would mean that I would be paying for free, wouldn't it? Because I'd have to get 15, 18 and 19 all within 15 days of each other. So I'd be more catching up. So I think it depends.
Yeah. Depends on your personal situation. But
I think it's the best solution to what's going on, though it doesn't really help a lot of people that are budgeting.
I mean, somebody like me, then it would be because I'm budgeting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read this out. Dave Bill says, my sister had a great send-off on Wednesday. There must have been over 100 there. Wow.
That's yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That is, yeah.
And Birdie has answered saying, Ecto issue 15 is the rear interior floor.
Right. Okay.
So, it
is pack 15 because if you remember rightly, it's like the enterprise build. You get issue 15, and then it's sort of, I think it's like stage 50 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's worked out. So we were all going, issue 15. Actually, it's a stage. Issue and stages are very different on those two builds.
Hachette still class them as issues. So they still go on the thing of, right, here's issue 1, issue 2, issue 3. Where now a lot of them are, like Agora do pack. So they go, here's pack 1, pack 2, pack 3, pack 4. And in that is stages. Yeah,
it's the same as Fan Home. A lot of their builds are now the same, yeah.
Yeah. So Fan Home are now doing stage. I mean, when you doing, like you said, like the Enterprise, you get all the instructions in one magazine, and that is classed as issue whatever magazine you're on. And in that you have the 4 stages. So, it can be very confusing, but it's also confusing if you speak to Hachette and you say stage something, they will say, what issue did that stage problem happen? You're like, no, it's stage 15. It happened in issue 15, not stage 15 in the instruction.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know why they don't, because they obviously, I know why Fan Home and Agora do it, because that's how they send it out. Per pack. So pack 15 consists of, but Fan Home still use it the same. Both use the stages and issue system. So if you ring up and you go, I've got pack, say, I don't know, pack 25 of the Knight Rider, and then I'll say what issue, and then you've got issue, say 99 or something, or issue 98. But with other ones, like you're saying, you get issue 15 but stage 50 something.
It can be really confusing.
It can, because it's confusing as well when you're watching it either on a YouTubers like ourselves, and some of us class it as a stage and some of us class it as a pack and some of us class it as, so it gets really confusing for a lot of people because they're like, well, what issue is this? Oh, it's issue 50. Oh no, hang on, that stage, it can get really.
I've had it. I've phoned up Fan Home before and I said, right, I've got a problem with issue 30 odd or so. I think, I had a problem with the Enterprise and I said issue 30 something. And we're like, well, we don't go up that far. I'm like, what? Like, that build doesn't go up that far. Like, oh, sorry, no, I had a problem. I need the parts for stage something because So it's, you really have to think when you
Yeah, yeah. And like I say, when you're watching videos as well, some people will label them as stages and issues for the same build.
I'm terrible for it. I say stage, I say issue.
It's because we're doing so many and they're all classed differently. It's really, you can really get tongue tied with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be confusing. It really can. But yeah. I'm terrible for doing it. I'll go stage something, issue something, and yeah.
Yeah, the enterprise builds I get confused on because it's like we're doing issue 9, but stage 30 or 31, and you go, right, we're going to complete issue 9 now, but we're doing stage 30. It's very confusing. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. So yeah, just have to remember what build we're doing refers to what an issue. It's a stage.
Well, Optimus Prime I still class as an issue. We're doing issue this, that, and the other because they're individual.
Yes.
And even when you ring up to get a replacement, you say what issue you're wanting, not part or pack or something. So yeah.
You know what? The Optimus Prime is the only build I've never had to ring up and get a replacement for.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's the same with me too. I've had to get a replacement part for the Knight Rider a few times. Haven't with. I've been very, very good on that side. I haven't with RoboCop Enterprise yet.
Yeah,
it's all yet at the moment, but yeah, I've been very good.
Single build, I believe I've had to ring up to get a replacement part, apart from the Optimus Prime.
I think as you go along, certain things crop up. I mean, I did have an extra magazine in one of my Knight Rider builds. So I had I had 5 magazines, 4 parts, but one of the magazine was double.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah, that happened.
Never had anything break on that. Never had anything come that shouldn't have come. Never had anything missing.
It's really interesting as well because you've got the wing mirrors on it. They're quite fragile. And you've got the little pins that go into the arm section bits that you got the brass bits that you connect with the little pins. It's always those little bits that tend to ping off. The one thing I was worried about was the lights.
Yeah. Because
obviously you don't test them, you don't get a test board or anything, and then you have to wait till the following pack to get the remote. And I was like, I hope this works. Because otherwise I'm going to... Because in order to take out the lights, you'd have to half dismantle it. Because... the bottom lights on his chest are actually up inside past his arms. And yeah, you'd have to check the front pack. It'd be a nightmare. So I was very lucky.
It just says maybe that quality of that build is quite good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I showed you earlier, but I mean, it's impressive. I mean, it's going to be an absolute monster. And I have to say, though, it's probably the best build I'm building at the moment. In terms of how it looks and how it's been built and stuff. It's definitely one of my best ones.
Steve131 says, battery not going to last. Will stay as long as I can. Okay, no problem, Steve.
Don't worry, Steve.
Don't worry.
Catch up.
D says, we like stages during a build up. We don't want any issues.
No, we don't want any issues with the builds.
It's just like I said. It's how the companies interpret it, as in
I mean, well, it's interesting because Hachette do it as well now because they did it with they obviously most of their builds come out in the newsagents, so they're classed as an issue. But when they did the Alien build, it wasn't classed as an issue; it was classed as a pack.
Yeah.
And then you had stages in that pack, and it was like the first time they'd ever classed it like that. Because that's something that other companies did, but Hachette obviously do that.
What I tend to do is I try and make sure anything I'm doing with Hachette is classed as an issue.
Yeah.
And then anything with Fan Home is a stage. I try and keep it at that.
Yeah.
So, and then hopefully people can make sense of it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a bit confusing, but once you've navigated everything, it's.
So I would say
it still doesn't work.
I would say the old school method would be calling it an issue because you used to go get an issue from the shops.
Yeah, I still call even now. Occasionally, I slip up when I'm doing the enterprise build. So occasionally, I will say the issue instead of the stage.
Mm.
So sometimes I will say, "Oh, we're doing issue 14, issue something," and then it's like, "Oh no, stage." Yeah, so yeah, I still count everything as an issue.
Burgess says the Eiffel Tower is not helping with my budget this month. To be honest, well,
no. But I mean, the deal on that was amazing. I mean, it wasn't it less than half price? It was less than half the price. So yeah, the deal on that was really good.
D says it was the panel of the hull with the paint. Yeah, that was it. That I had to bring fan home with. The panel had some chipped paint on it, and I wasn't going to stop for it. So yeah. Spiders Brew says you said it now.
Yeah.
Right. It's really good. I just no problems with it yet. So
yeah, he jinxed it. That's what you've done now.
Don't say that. Oh God. Burgess says I really should make more videos again. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I could take a short break while I'm doing this model room, but I'm still enjoying doing my videos at the same time. And I don't really want to fall behind again, because when I had to catch up last time, it really did drain me.
It does, yeah. I'm at the point now, like you were saying, I've got so much still to do here. And I've got like I've got 3 boxes here to go through, 66 Batmobile, GTR and this and it's just getting in here and doing it. It's getting into the swing of it again. But yeah, it's nice, but yeah, it's a bit stressful because you're wanting to get it out. You're wanting to make sure you can, make sure it's all set and done. And yeah, it can be. I don't like being left like this. I don't like it where it's, it's piled up.
Yeah.
I do like to try and do it as soon as it turns up.
I don't try and rush anything out. I just try and, the last time I fell behind is when we moved home and I had to set up in here.
Yeah.
By the time I'd caught up, I was knackered and needed another break, which means I would have been falling behind again. So that's why at the moment I'm still able to do them, because I'm recording them on a Friday afternoon and a Saturday evening, so it's not too bad to still do it.
Yeah, so you got content for the rest of the week, so you sort of do a marathon sort of build video in and then release them over the week. Yeah,
at the moment I don't have any videos that come out on a Saturday and Sunday, so it's kind of working out okay at the moment.
Yeah, I try to leave at least one day with no content, because it's nice to have that break and not having to click on stuff. Yeah, I always like to have a little break, especially at the weekends.
I'm trying. Lately, I have not got anything on at the weekends. It's all Monday to Friday stuff. And I think I kept the weekends free in case there was any, say, bonus stuff that I needed to put out there. So if we sent anything or, anything else like that, then I would put it out of the weekend. And I think I prefer it like that.
Yeah. So, something different at the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D says, well, at least I can finally finish Bismarck's rigging. Shed stroke daughter's makeup room done. Back to modelling finally. Well, hey, you're
getting there. And the Bismarck's rigging, I've never. Well, we were saying before, weren't we, when John done yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't think I've seen anyone actually do it on camera, the rigging of that. I mean, yeah, it would be. I suppose it's a bit difficult to do.
It is. I mean, John did mine. John Build Iconic Military Models did mine. And he obviously followed the instructions, but he actually used 1/200 scale rigging wire.
Yes.
To do that, and rigging glue, and he did it. And he said it was great to practice on it. But he said he nearly went completely boss-eyed doing it.
I can imagine, but then he's used to that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and
That
I can
man's-
see why people didn't do it, but I can also it's part of the build, so it needs to be done. If you know what I mean.
I am definitely going to attempt the rigging on the Titanic. I've rigged that many model ships up on the Titanic. It's not too bad to do.
Yeah, there's not. Is there a lot on that? I don't know if there would be a lot on that.
There's not an awful lot on it, so it's very simple. Back in 1912, and it's not like a wooden ship with sails and everything else like that. It's not like that. So
you'd have ones coming from the smokestacks down to the bow and to the back and the front of the ship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So it's just a case of seeing when we do start doing the rigging for the Titanic.
Are you going to put little flags on it? Because if I remember rightly, weren't there flags on the rigging?
Yes, there were, but it depends which ones are flying.
Right.
So the flags changed on the Titanic depending on if she was going into, say, if she'd made it to New York, she would have been flying different flags.
Right.
And stuff like that. So yeah. There was definitely the flag on the back, on the stern of the ship and stuff, but it depends what we get. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know. You still don't know about the gold line.
Well, we think that's now going to be a decal. There's no other way they're going to do it.
Like a sticker or something.
Yeah, could be. Or they could go down the route of what they did with the Enterprise decals.
Yeah, the water slide decals.
Water slide decals, and then you had the top bit to take off 24 hours later.
Yeah, they have. It's a strange decal, so it's like a normal one, but it also has like a top film on it that you have to take off.
Yeah. So goodness knows, but we've still got that to do. We've still got more cranes to build, rigging, more details, railings, and there's not that much more to go. So,
yeah, and we've seen more posts about the Lancaster as well.
Yeah,
people are now starting to sort of build up the front part of the engine with the wheel attached as well.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens with those wheels and the engines and all of that because of what happened with Spitfire. And when I saw it, I see someone had it and was rigging it so it went up and down.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I was like, "Is there something?" Because it looked like the pin was pivoting the wrong way.
Oh, mine's not too bad actually. I've been working on mine a little bit, and it's not too bad.
Because you don't want that to twist or something, because it could break it.
The difference between what I've seen so far of the Lancaster landing gear compared to the Spitfire landing gear. The Spitfire landing gear operated with a wire, and it was the wire that was breaking that was causing problems. The Lancaster landing gear looks to have its own individual motor on a cog, so it won't have that risk of the wire breaking. Yeah.
And I mean, there's 4 engines on that, and they've only just finished the one, so there's quite a lot to go still on there.
Yeah. So, but that's only, I mean, we're in the 20s, so that's got a long way to go.
Yeah. What is it, 150, 140?
140.
Yeah, 140.
So long way to go.
So, yeah, nearly 3 years that build is going to, and we've not even halfway through. So, you know. I see a lot of people, I did see a lot of people saying about the bookazines.
Bookazine get into it. Nobody wants.
Well, when you sign up to all these builds, I did mention it. I did post it on one of the as a comment. When you sign up for a lot of these builds, you automatically opt in to any specials or extra issues. It's up to you to opt out. It tells you that when you sign up. And I think a lot of people have been like hit by it and gone, well, I never signed up to that. Well, you signed up to the build and you signed up to it automatically.
Nobody reads the small print.
No, everyone gets a bit excited and sign up. But yeah, it is there in the small print that you automatically opt in.
The problem is, I found out that the hard way when Eagle Moss was around, and they started sending out free prints.
The Star Trek ship preprints.
And there was the Ecto 1 free prints that they were sending out.
Didn't they also do for the DeLorean? Didn't they do a book with cartooning, like a graphic novel?
That was one of the very, very last. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, the graphic novels. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. I don't know how many books they did, 1 or 2, but I remember them doing as a special was a graphic novel book for the DeLorean, Back to the Future one. Yeah. But I don't remember how many they did, but I do remember it.
Okay. Denmark Bill says, I wonder what kind of rigging we'll get for the Titanic. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they'll just supply, I don't know, sort of wire, little bits of wire.
I don't know. Yeah, we're going to know soon enough.
And also, if they supply at all, I mean, is there anywhere on there where it would hook on or where you would hook it?
It looks like it, yes.
Right.
If you look at it carefully, but again, it just depends what happens.
Yeah, I'm wondering if when you scale the Titanic down that much, whether it's noticeable or not. Because if it's not, then I doubt they would do it.
Well, if you're talking, the scale is for the Harshap 1/200 scale.
Yeah.
If you're looking at something at 1/400 scale, it doesn't have as much rigging on it as you would do on a 1/200.
Yeah.
Yeah. D says, yeah, the pennants were different on Titanic depending on situation and location.
Yeah. So is anyone gonna do them? Are you gonna get them for it? I suppose we don't know at this stage.
Well, Ian's actually just answered saying that's correct, D. I'm looking into a cotton set at the time it sank.
Right, okay.
Now, I do have some advanced decals that do have some of the flags on them for my trumpeter version. So, yeah.
Right, okay. So you could do that. You could just mod it and go that way.
So it depends on, where the ship was, time and everything else like that. So
didn't it have bunting on it as well?
It did, but it didn't sail with the bunting on.
Right, okay.
Bunting was put up for an occasion.
Right, okay.
While it was at Southampton.
Right.
D says the band for Titanic, I'm still going with a 6mm sticky back type tape rather than decal, 3 feet water slide decal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I reckon it will be a roll of tape, like Dee's just said, that you just take one end and you sort of go round with it and cut it off.
That's okay for the sides, but when you look at the rear of the Titanic, it can't be a roll of tape because of the curvature of the stern of the ship.
Right.
It's really got to be, if not, it's going to sort of fold. So that's why I'm thinking it's going to be
a decal, but in sections.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because doing a 3-foot water slide would be impossible, nearly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's not impossible, but it would be a bit out of the norm. And also, as well, anything that comes, remember, it has to be in that A4 size.
Yeah.
So if anything comes, it would be folded. Yeah, because they won't stretch that sort of thing out. They'd fold it, so you'd have a massive crease line in it.
I don't know. I remember Route Master. They used to have the parts were sometimes bigger than the magazine.
Yes, yeah, but none of the stickers did, or none of those sort of things.
Yeah,
they were smaller. But any sticker that I've received for any build, is sometimes I find that it's been folded or cut or in half, and you've had to sort of stretch it out and lay stuff on it to flatten it out.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not like that.
Well, if you don't know my next show, what I'll do is I'll get the advanced decals I've got out for the trumpeter and just show you what I mean by the stern and the curvature it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you'll get. I'm wondering if it'll be broken up into like 4 or 5 pieces, and then you'll get those 4 or 5 pieces over a set number of issues.
I don't know, but they're going to have to start doing it soon.
I was going to say, have you attached the actual hull to the floor?
The decks to the hull? No.
Yeah.
No. Not yet. So still waiting on that one.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be close now, isn't it?
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the last stages at all.
How many you got left now?
So I think is it 128 we've got up to now. So there's another 12 to come.
Another 12 weeks. So it's getting real close now. It's getting Yeah.
Right. Well, it is 3 minutes to 8.
Yeah.
So I'll just read out this comment from D. It says the tape, depending on the width, will conform to that curve. I'm on guessing 6mm. I'll find the width and convert it to 1/200. See what width I get. Right.
Yeah.
And Ian says it is that time. Great stream night. Also, thank you, Ian. Yeah, we are coming up on 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been another one of those great streams where there hasn't really been much going on, but we've been speaking to everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you got coming up this week, Kev?
Yes. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna release the video. I've already done it, but that's for the TT120 train set. I've already filmed it. I've just got to release it. We've also got the 66 Batmobile and the Nissan Skyline. They'll be consisting of 2 videos each. We've also got the second half of the RoboCop, so there'll be stuff on there. I've also got that to do as well.
Oh wow, yeah.
And some other bits as well. So there'll be stuff on there, stuff for next week, and yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, just a couple more come in. Dave Mac Bill says, excellent stream tonight, guys. Thank you, Dave Mac.
Cheers, Dave.
Burgess says, night all.
Night, Burgess.
D says, night, gents, and good night, chatters.
Yeah.
For me, videos will come out on the normal days as normal. I'm going to be concentrating on the model room this week, so there's nothing really special coming up for me. I'm really wanting to get that in there, get it cleared, get it painted, and then I can start to construct things in there. So nothing special from me. I may be knackered this time next week, but we'll just see.
It all goes, yeah. And also, guys, remember to keep an eye out on Fan Home and Diagstein's website, because they just post stuff and you'll find out later on. So yeah, just check.
Okay. Right. So good night, everyone. Thank you for your fantastic chat as always. We'll be back same time, same place next Sunday at 7 p.m. And it just leaves me to say I've been Mark.
And I've been Kev.
And we'll catch you all next week, guys. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Bye.